What is up? It's Greg, Lit Fitness. I'm coming back at you with maybe I'm going to call this like get rid of the confusion, something along those lines. Because what I have found is I consistently get the same questions coming through our studio. Greg, coach, what's going on? I need to cut out more calories. I need to cut out more calories. I need to be doing this. And so I want to talk to you about the big misconception, the big myth of the calories in versus calories out. Calories in versus calories out. Now, I'm probably going to get on to a couple rants because I'm very passionate about this because there is so much free information out there that it's just like your teachers with your kids. They say don't follow Wikipedia because most of it's crap. Maybe not all, maybe not most of it, but a lot of it is because anybody can put it out there. That's absolutely the case. But however, when we're concerned about our health, when we're concerned about our body, a lot of the times I'm seeing we're going and consulting the internet. And you know, frankly, I've made my living in this. This is absolutely the case. And our industry is unfortunately incredibly very young. So we go back and forth and back and forth. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you want to gain muscle, you want to gain weights, or you want to gain fat, you need to take in calories, right? That's what all those big weight gainers are all about. Now they got a lot of protein in it, in those big weight gainers that you see like the college kids and that the high school football players taking, and the wrestlers, because they go for lots and lots of protein. They need it, and they're assuming that they're working out. Now they're giving them a whole bunch, 100 grams of protein or more. But at the same time, they've got like anywhere from 1,000 calories. I've seen weight gainers up to 4,000 calories. And if you've been counting your calories, you know where that's at. You know that's crazy. That's high. That's nearly Michael Phelps level, right? He was taking something like 7,000, all right? The average person, the average female, is consuming closer to about 12 to 1,700 calories, somewhere right around then. And the average weight loser is probably focusing on somewhere closer to about 1,000 to 1,200, maybe a touch lower. And I'm going to tell you right now, stop the cycle, right? Stop the cycle because you're not losing fat. You're not losing fat. What you are losing, if you're losing anything, is muscle, and you're losing water because you're probably dehydrating yourself as well. So I'm going to tell you right now, break the cycle. When you're gaining weight, calories in versus calories out, it's textbook. It works like clockwork every time. You work out or you don't, you're gaining weight. If you work out, you're converting it to muscle and it works great. However, when you're losing fat, there's so many different things that's happening within your body. Your hormone levels changes, your stress level changes, the hormones that causes the stress changes, all right? You produce more cortisol, etc. Your sleep patterns are affected when your calories are restricted. Your mindset and your focus is affected when you restrict your calories. And so you get to the point where so many times people go from, I was eating like 2,000 calories and I dropped it down to 1,500. Okay, well that was working, then it plateaued. So I dropped it down to 1,300 calories. That was working, then I plateaued. So I dropped it down to 1,000 calories. And bringing it down. And there's something, take you back to a little bit of Nutrition 101. There's something we call the basal metabolic rate, your BMR. Now your BMR, that is the base number of calories you need to consume in order just to maintain functions, your daily functions. If you laid in bed all day and didn't expend any kind of energy, this is how much energy it would take. And it's dependent upon a couple different factors: your height, your weight, your age, etc. However, across the board, it starts at about 600, 700, 800, 900 calories, and it depends upon your size and all those different factors, but 600, 700, 800, 900 calories. And I see people consistently below that. Now, this is not taken into any account of your daily activity levels. So that's very important. So let's say we're doing cardio. Cardio is all about losing calories in the immediacy, right? So the bad thing about cardio is you could lose 400 calories, but you could go eat that right up, and oftentimes we do right afterwards. We'll go eat dinner, and we eat those 400 calories, or a lot of times it's, man, I worked out really hard, I can afford having this cookie, or I can afford to have the extra large, or what have you. And so we play this offset game, and that partly is your plateau, I'll be honest. But at the same time, if we are not taking in enough calories in general, if we're not meeting that BMR plus your daily expenditure, and it's just a multiplier, if I'm really active, it's typically like 1.6, 1.8, maybe 1.9, that you multiply that BMR by. If we're not very active, we got a sedentary job, you don't really work out, about 1.2 is typically the multiplier. So you're still expending a little bit because you get up, you move around, you're getting dressed, you're spending some energy, and it takes calories in order to use that and utilize that. All right, so very, very important that we got that understood. Now, calories in versus calories out does not matter. I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm changing the industry right here. Does not matter. All right, when you're losing fat. All right, you need to make sure that you are taking in enough calories in order to power your body, in order to give your body the amount of energy you need in order to do the functions that you want to do. Right? Think about it this way. Your body is a Ferrari. Your body is the most important, most intelligent machine you will ever drive. Yet we take better care of our cars. We take it in for scheduled maintenance. We give it the 89, the 91, the 93 fuel. Is there 93? I don't even know. I don't give it 93. But we give it the better fuel. We follow the instructions. We take care of it. But our bodies, we don't. We put crap into our bodies. We put McDonald's into our bodies. We put other fast food into our bodies. We're eating way too many carbs. We're eating way too many sugars. We wake up in the morning, we give ourselves a whole lot of carbs, and then we don't work out, right? We're not using the energy that we're taking in. We dehydrate ourselves. We drink too much coffee, too much teas, too much soda, too much sugar, too much juices, too much liquid calories, right? We don't take care of our bodies, and that is the one thing that if it fails, it is a miserable life. Your car, if it fails, it's a tough day, right? You're upset, but when our body fails, it's really bad. And that's when you are starting to pay the healthy tax. You pay a healthy tax to be healthy. That healthy tax in one lump sum, that's when you pay it to the doctor, right? It will cost you one way or another to be healthy. So, told you, rants. Anywho, back on to it, getting stressed out. My ankles are all like, ah. Calories in versus calories out does not matter when you're losing fat. All right. Yes, we do want to take in a little bit less calories, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing the right kind of workouts, and not necessarily cardio is important. It gets a bad rap in our day and age, but not necessarily cardio. If you're doing some strength training, which you should be doing if you want to be fit, you should be doing some sort of strength training. You should be lifting heavy, and it's going to take lots of calories in order to build that muscle. All right, we're going to put all these little worker bees inside of our body. We're going to put them to work. All right, that Ferrari that we talked about. You can't get very far if you're on 1 tank of gas, and you can't get very far if you're on 1 gallon of gas, and you can't get very far if you're on 1 gallon of gas and you're redlining it, right? If you go 60 down the highway, it's going to go a little bit longer, but if you go on 120 down the highway, it's not going to be done twice as fast. You are constantly pouring that fuel into there, and you are going to be, you might get, let's say, for a gallon of gas, going 60 miles an hour. For example, for simplicity purpose, let's say you go about 10 miles. But if you're going 120, you might go 8 miles. You might go 5 miles, right? You're not going to go as far on that same tank of gas. And that's what you want your workouts to be doing for you. It's going to burn a whole lot more in the long term. All right, very, very important because you put those worker bees to work. Right? So take care of that body. Calories in versus calories out. You also need to make sure that you're taking in lots of sleep. Most people forget this one. Take in lots of sleep, get your rest, and really, if you wake up refreshed, you're probably good. They say 7 hours, they say 9 hours. I don't care. Everybody's different. If you wake up, you feel refreshed, that's good. And I'm here to tell you that, and I believe this wholeheartedly, that for every hour you fall asleep before midnight, it's like 2 hours afterwards. So if you go to bed consistently at midnight every night, and I speak from experience, and you wake up at 8 o'clock in the next morning, 8 hours of sleep does not feel like 8 hours of sleep. You wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm still tired. You go to bed at 9 o'clock consistently, you can get up at 5. You can get up at maybe 6, and you are like, boom, you're on. You're good to go, right? And that's important. So get your sleep. Super, super important. If you are plateauing, maybe you just need to fix those sleep patterns you've got. Maybe you just got to do that. Right? Your stress levels, they're jacked up. The food you eat, your sleep patterns, all that's going to affect your stress levels. But then you've got your external stress. You got your job. You got your finances. You got your husband, your wife, your children. You got this. You got that. You got to take care of this. You got to clean the house. You got to take the kids to football practice. You got to do all these things. You got this project at work. You have to manage your stress. You have to manage it. What you need, more important than all of that, because it's going to pay dividends, is to take 15, 20 minutes and just sit down and take a moment. Catch your breath. Our society relishes in the fact that we're busy, and it's the total opposite. The busier we are, the less we're doing. The busier you are, the less your mind's able to focus. The busier you are, the more you're spread out across all these different things, and you're not able to take care of yourself. And I'm going to tell you, because you're probably a woman and you're checking this out, you, right there, you need to take a moment for yourself. Because women, they do not do that. They put everybody else in front of themselves. You need to take a moment, take a breath right now. Take 10 minutes, take 15 minutes, take 2 minutes. I don't care, just take a moment and catch your breath and relax. Because meditation and you time, that is absolutely part of it. Now, a lot of our girls come to our training because that's their you time. That's great. That's perfect. They need that as well. So I'm going to tell you stress. I'm going to tell you calories in versus calories out ain't it. But your stress, your sleep patterns, your you time. Those are 3 things that most people don't think about. And the last one, back to that food, is it's not the calories in versus calories out. It's the food you're eating. Cut out those carbs. Add that protein in, especially if you're working out, just in general. Now, I'm not saying nix carbs, but we eat way too many carbs as a society. Cut that down. We don't need sugar. Cut out that sugar. Unless you're about to go run a marathon in, I don't know, 15 minutes, cut out that sugar. You don't need sugar. And I know what you're thinking, but my kids, they want it. But I got this and I got that. And I'm going to tell you, no. Bullets. No. You are your children's future. And your children, their future depends upon the choices you make right now. Absolutely. Children's diabetes, rampant. That's ridiculous that children have diabetes. All right? So we got to take a little bit more consideration with the food that we're putting in our mouths, the food we're putting in and feeding to our children. You will be the conduit of change that will make your family better. Hands down. That's what it is. Bring in the truth. All right? The foods you eat. Try to eat whole grain. Try to eat, not even try. Eat whole grain. I don't like the word try. Eat whole grain. Eat whole foods. Eat close to the ground. Eat a variety. Eat pretty foods. Eat foods that you love to paint a picture about and you'd see on your wall, that you put in a vase. Right? Not these wax things that we're going to be putting, these wax apples and oranges. Don't get real ones. Eat those things. They're delicious. The brighter they are, the more attractive they are. And the reason being is because we want them. We biologically want to eat them because they're prettier. But yet, what we do, and that's why they spray all that crap, those strawberries with chemicals, those apples with chemicals, make them ripen, those tomatoes, to ripen them up. Right? We don't want that. Let them ripen up. Eat whole grains, eat whole foods, eat close to the ground. Right? Eat organic. Not in every case. You can save money. There's penny pinching ways to eat organic, but do that. Eat more organic. Eat more healthy omega-3s. Right? Eat more variety. Very, very important. Eat close to the ground. That single-handedly, eat your breakfast. That single-handedly, those are some of the big, top, elite level implementations, right? Like our clients that are losing so much weight, like our Crystal Balls and our D Tackets, our Cara Elledges, all these girls, Crystal, they're doing this way. You better believe it. A couple of them have kids. They know what it's like, right? They know how tough it can be. They feel the struggle, but they're doing it because it's changing lives. Theirs, their families, and children's. That's important, and you need to do it as well. This is great with Lit Fitness. Thank you for hearing my rants. Very, very important that you get the whole story with calories in versus calories out and how it is totally throwing you off. ThermogenicFatLoss.com, BlueSpringsBootCamps.com, GetLitFit.com, here in Blue Springs, baby. Check it out. Click right here. Share this. Spread the word. And let me get rid of all the misconception that all those fitness magazines are pouring down your throat because that's what they think they want you to hear. And really, reality, what you need to hear is the truth. Bring in the truth, baby. Great. Live Fitness. Boom.